Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Beautiful weather again today across mid-Michigan, except for a little wildfire smoke. Still a problem and will continue to be so. Satellite radar otherwise has been quiet. One tiny shower to our east, but nothing that's going to bother us for the evening hours. Temperatures currently very pleasant. 80 Lansing, 82 in Jackson, Grand Rapids now up to 83 degrees. The important number, what makes it feel sticky or humid outside, is the dew point. We're at 60 for Lansing, 61 in Jackson, so that number has been slowly rising and it's going to go up in a big way this weekend. Get ready for that. Forecast for tonight, temperatures fall into the low 60s by early tomorrow morning with partly cloudy or mostly clear skies during the overnight hours. We've got heat, humidity, and at least a few thunderstorms to talk about. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
W celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5.
It's primary election day in mid-Michigan, and there's still time to make your voice heard. Primary Election Day is our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. Polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight, and several communities have issues on the ballot that, passed or not, will impact their daily life. Our Rachel Ramsey starts us off with a look at the race for Lansing's mayor. Rachel, remind us how many candidates are running and what's at stake.
Jorma, there are 5 people, including incumbent Mayor Andy Shore, on the ballot. And among those 5, the 2 who get the most votes tonight will advance to the general election in November. We start with a look at incumbent Mayor Andy Shore, who is hoping to continue his leadership for a 3rd term. He won in 2017 and again in 2021 and says he loves Lansing and wants to continue the work he has done in reducing the city's violent crime. Also on the ballot is candidate Brett Brockschmidt. With a background in financial administration, Brockschmidt says he has spent his career managing budgets. He says he is running to ask the hard questions and dive deep into the city's budget to see where he can save taxpayers' money. David Ellis says he was born and raised in the city and wants to make where he calls home the best it can be by forming a strong city council, improving finances, and pushing for more urban development. Candidate Kelsey Hector says her work with nonprofits has given her experience in financial stability, long-term growth, and building relationships in the community. She says one of her big platforms is reducing homelessness by increasing affordable housing opportunities. And finally, Lansing City Council member Jeffrey Brown. The Lansing native has been a member of City Council since 2022 and says the city's most pressing issues are infrastructure, public safety, and housing. He says he's looking to bring a collaborative spirit to the mayor's office. Once the polls close and the numbers start coming in, we will have more to share tonight on 6 News at 11. Jorma, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much. Voters in Meridian Township are hitting the polls today for 2 proposed millages. They're being asked to vote yes or no for a new proposed community and senior center. Taryn Simmons spoke to township officials. She's here for you now with what they want voters to know. Good afternoon, Taryn.
Jorma, the proposed community and senior center would be a 40,000 square foot facility. The building would be built between the township's central fire station and the Okemos U.S. Post Office. The current community center is set to be demolished in 2027 because it's a part of a school. Officials say the new center will allow residents to have a place for a range of activities thanks to a new gym, multi-purpose room, warming kitchen, and even a stage.
One of the few communities in the local area that do not have a community center. We think it's an amenity that our voters would like to have because it will afford opportunities for recreation, for learning, for gathering that we don't have at this time. So it's an important issue, and if it passes today, we will be very excited to start this process.
If both bonds pass, they're estimated to cost the average homeowner $138 a year. Wilson says if either or both fail, the township will have to regroup and make a decision to figure out what they can do with their available resources. Jorma, back to you.
Taryn, thank you very much. There are several other mid-Michigan communities with major decisions to make on the ballot as well. In Ingham County, voters in Lansing Township will consider an electric franchise proposal. If approved, the township would lock in a 2012 deal it made with the Lansing Board of Water and Light, essentially confirming the existing agreement and making it permanent. In Clinton County, Bath Community Schools is asking voters to approve nearly $27 million worth of new buildings and site improvements. The district says if passed, taxes are not expected to increase. Eaton County voters will choose their county commissioner for District 1. The city of Hillsdale will narrow down the candidates running for mayor. Out of the 4 candidates on the ballot, the 2 with the most votes will advance to the general election in November. And in Jackson, voters will narrow down city council candidates for Ward 3. The 2 with the most votes running against one another in November. And be sure to stay with 6 News on air and online for full election coverage. We'll be following these races throughout the day and updating you with results once polls close at 8 o'clock tonight. On the national political front, Democratic lawmakers from Texas who fled the state say they'll continue to fight a Republican redistricting plan even under threats of arrest. Plus, there's new pressure on the Trump administration from Republicans looking into the Jeffrey Epstein case. Erica Brown is here for you now with the latest on the national political scene.
Sir, why are you on the roof?
President Trump hinted at more construction projects at the White House Tuesday as he joined an architect on the roof of the building.
Just another way to spend my money for the country.
Earlier, the president weighed in on Texas Democrats fleeing the state to block a vote on a new congressional map he's pushing that would give Republicans an advantage in 5 more districts.
I won Texas. I got the highest vote in the history of Texas, as you probably know, and we are entitled to 5 more seats.
Speaking in Illinois, where many of the state lawmakers fled, Texas Democrats say they'll remain out of state until the special session ends, despite facing civil arrest warrants.
We're defending the rights of all Americans to value their vote.
The standoff could have national implications ahead of next year's midterm elections, with Democratic leaders threatening to retaliate with redistricting plans of their own.
This is a new Democratic Party. We're bringing a knife to a knife fight, and we are going to fight fire with fire.
The Trump administration is also facing new pressure today from Republican lawmakers looking into the Justice Department's investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The House Oversight Committee subpoenaed the Justice Department for records related to the case. It is also seeking depositions from former President Bill Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and 8 former top law enforcement officials. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Back in Lansing, an event to promote adult education programs was held at the Capitol today. The Michigan Adult Community and Alternative Education Association hosted the uplifting Rally for Adult Education on the Capitol steps to highlight the life-changing impact of adult education programs across the state.
It means a better Michigan where you know you can get an education when you want, you can upskill your life, that it's never too late, and to pursue your dreams and your goals, and you know you can always better yourself no matter where you're at or what time you are at in your life.
15 years ago, I started my journey. Yes, it was worth it all. And to show not just for myself, my daughter. Knowledge is the power. There's nothing out here without your education. And never give up. I got my GED at 43, and you can do it too.
Organizers are calling on lawmakers to pass a state budget that includes direct funding for adult education programs.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have enjoyed a beautiful stretch of weather with low humidity, comfortable temperatures, lots of sunshine. Other than the wildfire smoke, no complaints. For those heading to the Jackson County Fair over the next few days, it is looking good overall. Just a slight chance of a storm out there for tomorrow. Temperatures mid-80s, but notice it gets warmer. Thursday, 87. By Friday, 89 degrees, and there will be some humidity in the area. So heat index values probably by the weekend between 95 and 100 degrees. And we've still got an air quality alert because of the wildfire smoke in the air. Now it expires tonight at midnight, but we're probably not done with it for this year by any stretches. It's kind of a continuing, ongoing problem for us. There's a look at the current air quality index. We are in the unhealthy for sensitive groups category, so those that have respiratory distress certainly want to take caution out there, as the wildfire smoke at times can still be relatively thick. The satellite and radar doesn't show a whole lot happening now. We've got one little shower right on the state line. That is about it for now. Skyview Network McLaren Cam, notice that haze in the air. That is the wildfire smoke. Temperature 82 degrees, east winds at 8 miles per hour. We saw a wind gust today up to 20 miles per hour, so maybe slightly higher than yesterday. You can really see the smoke on the Grand Ledge Cam, visibility a bit reduced. 81 is our current temperature. Winds are calm. Peak wind today only up to 8 miles per hour. This afternoon in Jackson, where the fair is taking place, looks pretty good. Temperature at 82 degrees, northeast winds at 9 99 miles per hour. Final stop in Hillsdale. Still lots of sunshine. Temperature 82 degrees. Humidity not too bad at 52%, but the dew point's going to rise, cause that number to rise, and it will be feeling very sticky in just a couple days. Precision cast through the overnight hours is pretty quiet out there. We'll have mostly clear skies to start the day tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, that little weak system may spark a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon hours. We'll watch out for that. Moving into Wednesday night, any showers or storms come to an end. Thursday starts out dry. And while the chances are lower, there still could be a pop-up shower or storm on Thursday as well. We've got an area of low pressure off to our southwest. That shouldn't bother us overall, but the heat and humidity could give us a few storms this weekend. Temperatures currently lower 80s. St. John's, the warm spot at 82 degrees. Same thing in Mason, Charlotte at 81 degrees. Forecast for tonight, we'll see low temperatures near 61. Still pretty comfortable out there, but you'll start to notice the humidity as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures climb back into the mid-80s tomorrow afternoon. Slight chance of an afternoon or evening shower or storm. Then on the 6-day forecast, on Thursday, same thing, about a 20% chance or a little bit less of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Look at those temperatures. Near 90 on Friday. Into the 90s we go. Saturday and Sunday with lows in the 70s. You know what that means. It's going to be humid. More storms late Sunday into Monday evening. Then relatively quiet next week, but temperatures don't cool a whole lot. I mean, we're near 90 again next weekend as the hot and smoky summer continues.
Yeah, I was expecting some sort of decline. No, it's
no. It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a while. All right. Thanks for the heads up. All right.